Good morning, YouTube. Happy Wednesday. Cappy, I said happy Wednesday. Anyway, it's hump day. Thanks for tuning in to the channel. Today's is kind of one of those busy, hectic days of doing various things and living my life as a van lifer, just like anyone else's life, except very mobile. So that's what we're doing today. So hang around and we'll see if I can try to make some things interesting for you. Just another van life morning. Just finished up at Planet Fitness, getting my workout and a shower. I have a meeting down in Longmont later this afternoon with my college to do the department meetings that I do every semester, so I'll need to do that. I'm going to head to Walmart first, get some dog snacks because dogs need snacks. And and then to the library, get some work done beforehand before I have to go down to Longmont this evening. So it's going to be kind of a busy day, back and forth doing things. So that's my day. It's getting into a rhythm with this whole van life thing. Had a good parking spot last night, a new one. So we'll see how that area goes. It looks promising for some good parking as well. So we'll see. Big Walmart here. There's two of them in Loveland, big ones. You can't, of course, camp overnight at the Walmarts in Colorado. The whole thing, all the cities have bans. Lots of parking though. However, I gotta pick up a few things. It seems like I'm here practically every day doing something. Picking up something I need, or water or supplies. Today it's dog treats because we're out of them, and that would be a tragedy for Cappy if we didn't get dog treats. So we've got to have those. So I'm going to park here out in the back side of the lots, and we'll be back in a few minutes from our lovely Walmart. Every single time I get out of the car, no matter if I'm just going to the other side of the van, Cappy throws a fit. Every time. About to close the door. This little guy gives me the business. It's kind of funny. It's the only time he really does that. But you get separation anxiety, but it is he's so loud. Waiting for me to get back. Another little storage container for little storage box for what bottle and the other toiletries, which will also act as a little step stool for this little guy. So he's having a little more trouble as he ages with his joints getting up into his area. So I'm gonna make a little step stool out of this as well. Got up with a little mat. That should give him a little spot to step up and down without too much trouble. This is what we came for, huh? It's right here. Go get it. Happy dog now. Got his lunch. And we're off. Now that we've done that, we're back to the library. Good place to hang out and get work done. Yeah, a place that he likes to walk to the park too, so. Yep. And of course, before we go to the library, we need to walk the dog at one of Cappy's favorite spots. Off to the races. Here we go. Gotta read the P-mail first, so. Find a tree, buddy. First, a little lunch. Well, I got my stuff done for now, working on my class schedules and class assignment dates and syllabus and stuff for next semester, which starts next week at the library. So it's a lot of really mental, intense kind of work to just make sure all the dates and all the assignments line up properly. We're going to go down to River's Edge Pond now, Cappy and I, and go for a little walk before I head down the Longmont for my meeting today. So that's what we're up to right now. This is Old Town area of Loveland. Neat area, but they're doing a lot of construction right now. This building over here, I don't know if you can see it in the video, to the left, is the 137 connection. It's the day shelter for our homeless population here in Loveland, and they are closing that down in March. And one of the big issues in Loveland here is with them closing the shelters down, trying to buy a new building and get a new shelter established to the north of town. They also established a new ordinance for prohibiting encampments according to the Grants Pass rules. So this has caused quite a stir here in Loveland, the shutting of the shelters down, and them also now having to force the police to enforce encampment rules according to the Grants Pass type decision, where they can ban camping and not have to have services. The city does want to have services, but it doesn't have the budget for it any longer. So they want some nonprofits to take that over. So that's why they bought a building to the north of town that they're hoping to transfer into that. But it's created quite a lot of controversy here. A lot of the folks in Loveland are pretty upset about, on the one hand, that we have so large of a homeless population that are forced into doing encampments, and the second part are really angry that they are, doing an inhumane thing by essentially making sleeping on the streets illegal. So what's a person to do? It's not like these homeless have anywhere to go, and that's the challenge. That's what a lot of cities are dealing with. I heard that even in Grants Pass, Oregon, Grants Pass isn't even enforcing their own ordinance, though. This park features some really great bird watching. There's osprey nests up there they have set up for the ospreys when they migrate, and then there's lots of waterfowl that migrate through here. Everything from cranes to blue herons, pelicans, Canadian geese or Canada geese, all kinds of birds. So today, this is an excellent spot for bird watching. So we should really talk a little bit about the Grants Pass decision and how it's affecting cities like Loveland and other places around the country. Loveland itself has about 80,000 residents, and surrounding it, we have Fort Collins, Greeley, and Longmont to the northeast and south that are as large or larger. And for any city of this size, you have a certain percentage of unhoused people, no matter what, even in the best of economic circumstances. And these are certainly not the best of economic circumstances. So the Grants Pass decision was made in Grants Pass, Oregon, through the Supreme Court. They took it to the Supreme Court. So they basically, Grants Pass wanted to ban encampments or camping in the city for their homeless population, but they didn't have any shelters available. And so it was considered cruel and unusual to be to have a city that had no other place to house people, and yet you're going to have the homeless people no matter what. So the Supreme Court in that decision allowed Grants Pass to go ahead and enforce their camping bans, and not requiring them to have shelters or an alternative for people. Well, that decision's been echoing throughout the whole country. And here in Loveland, they just recently did a new ordinance, updated their camping ban ordinance to allow law enforcement to start enforcing it, even if they don't have shelters. And Loveland has a shelter and had a shelter since COVID started, but they're no longer able to afford to keep running the shelter through the city, so they want nonprofits to take it over. They also want to move the shelter location from the downtown area to outside the town, to the outskirts of the town. We saw in a video the other day about this building they just purchased to do this thing, but it's not 100% sure that's going to go through. There's a lot of opposition in the community toward having a shelter here. People feel like it attracts homeless from the region if there are shelters available. And no one wants a shelter in their neighborhood or near their neighborhood because it lowers property values. And this entire debate about the housing and about homelessness in this area has been primarily focused on housing values. Housing values have been what has caused the situation to where cities don't zone for things like alternative living arrangements, tiny homes, or things like that that could be affordable and could really address the problem, but the city won't zone for that because they can't get their property taxes from that. But home prices are so high and rents are so high that you're forcing many people onto the streets. And the argument is also that, well, people will say the homeless here are, mostly drug addicted or mentally ill. And there's a good number of them that are indeed. But there's also this very large growing number of people who are unhoused, who are not on that spectrum and who are being forced into that circumstance. And many of them are uncounted because they do things like couch surf with friends or live in vehicles or other things. And many of them are senior citizens too. So there are no real options for those people. And yet the city wants to continue to enforce their camping bans, and according to Grants Pass. The camping bans in Grants Pass makes the offense of having a encampment or or camping on the streets a trespass crime, and that is punishable by many fines and up to jail time as well. And so it effectively makes homelessness illegal, makes existence illegal for people who have no other options. And so there's a large number of people here who feel that that is cruel and unusual, which it is. This is my opinion. And the other side of the story is, well, we just don't want them here. And so the city plays this game of let's hide the homeless population. And there are a fair number who do need drug treatment, who do need mental health services. And the shelter does offer through the nonprofit partners those services to people. And it's up to them to, of course, take advantage of those things. We still have some freedoms in this country. We think we do anyway. But anyway, so this debate's been a big one here, and we see that around. I, of course, see that around as being one of the officially unhoused, even though I am a nomad living in my van that's been designed to be a, portable tiny home, and I don't consider myself homeless. The choice is all about economics and making this life work, and the fact that I need the flexibility to be able to travel. But there are no, safe parking places that are official where people like me could, park in a safe environment. So we do have to find places on the street. And up here it is relatively safe. if you find a good spot. But there's always the stress of trying to fly under the radar of a city that where people, generally speaking, don't want to see you. They kind of want to deny the problem. And that's not going to get anyone any solutions. And so far from city council, I haven't heard a single good solution. So people are caught in this sort of catch-22. And so there's a lot of ethical and moral issues here. And I'll continue to talk about it as I see it, because it is one of those issues that touched me personally. It touches other nomads, since we are grouped in by the government as the unhoused. And I've been watching the news cycles and keeping my eye on it over the past year while I've been down in Tucson, watching what's happening up here. And the Grants Pass decision has certainly caused a lot of consternation and a big battle right now. So those are some thoughts that I've had. I just wanted to share that here today as I'm waiting to get to my next appointment. But anyway, we did have a nice little walk around the lake here. Beautiful day. Lots of dogs walking out today. So Cappy's super happy to meet all of his neighbors and get to know them again. Yeah, so we're just going to continue on for the day and continue down to Longmont now. The Boulder County campus for my meeting. Now we get to wait a little bit for our meeting to start. But more on another thought on the homeless situation here. I know from firsthand experience, having worked with men who suffer from chemical and substance abuse addictions, sober living environment, living with them, I know firsthand how important housing issues are to dealing with the issues of addiction. Many of the men that we worked with were on the streets, and having a stable environment to live was the key. This is why I advocate for a housing first model, because you do need to provide stability. Giving me business. The absolute best part of these in-service meetings is catered dinner. Greek. Play with your duck. Let's play with your duck. Time to play. Got a lot to do today. Well, I'm back from my meetings down in Longmont, and I'm at one of my favorite spots here in Loveland. I have coffee with a friend tomorrow morning, which is nearby, so we'll do that and do some other things tomorrow. But thanks for watching kind of a day in the life of the Vanlifer here. Please like and subscribe and share. It really helps, or make a comment. Thanks a lot. God bless, and I'll see you in the next one.